This is Plastic Adventures.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Plastic Adventures. We are back after a couple of weeks break. We seem to be doing this a lot lately, right? Taking a couple weeks in between, but we have things like real world stuff to deal with, like work and family and blah, blah, blah. And we don't get a lot of time to focus on toys, but today we do. We get to focus on some toys and have some fun time talking to ourselves. We don't know if anybody's watching this, but hopefully they are.
I actually can confirm that my mother is watching these episodes, so I got to watch my language.
If she doesn't know how do you speak by now, boy, she's
Yes, I mean, for those of you that don't know, I left the nest in the Tri-Cities and moved way far away to Northwest Washington for my company. So my mom really misses me. She does it to hear the sound of my voice. She's like the only one aside from me that likes the sound of my own voice.
Well, hi mom, how you doing? Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yes, yeah. So anyways, plastic bits, we're going to be sharing a few things.
Yeah.
I have not accumulated a lot, but what I got I think is pretty darn cool. So
yeah, I got a few things that I was pretty happy to get, but why don't you share your things and then I can go into mine.
Okay, I'm going to share lesser of the two things, but I was really excited to find this one. I've said it a lot of times. The Skagit Valley up into Whatcom County is a very target-rich environment. I have stumbled across and found more cool things and great buys up here than ever in the Tri-Cities. There's a lot of old people that live here. There's a lot of garage sales and antique stores. So the first thing that I found was this. This is a Godaikin.
That's a Godaikin.
Machine Man Dolphin. It is, yes.
Dude.
It's actually widely considered the worst. I did a little research.
What are you talking about? That's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's got this really cool, like blue translucent plastic on there.
Yeah.
And you can tell there's panels everywhere that do stuff. So it looks a tad bit yellow on from what I'm seeing, but when I got this guy, he was severely yellowed. I actually built a UV chamber, but I'll go into that a little bit later. It was not terribly expensive. So anyways, this looks like a like a race car. It has a couple of different modes, so I'm going to quickly just flip it between modes here. It has a flight mode, and apparently this series is based on the equivalent of what would be like Power Rangers,
right?
So
yeah, it's the pre-generation to Power Rangers.
There we go.
Okay, so you went from his car mode to flight mode?
It does. Yep. I don't want to break him. He's kind of old, so getting some of these parts to flip is a little bit of a challenge. But anyways, so this is some sort of a spacecraft.
I love it.
You can see it, right? Like it's spaceship.
It's spacey.
Yeah, spacey. So now I'm going to show you the thing that they actually hate the most. He does have a robot mode. Whew, careful.
Careful on those hinges.
I know, this is very old. I don't intend on ever transforming it again after this. Okay. Are you ready to behold robot mode?
Oh, yeah. Blow me away. Oh, look at that.
Well, blow. That's a descriptor for it. So anyways, one of the cool
it's less of a robot than it is more of a mech suit.
It is. And this guy's in really good shape. I got the driver. He's fully die cast.
That's cool.
He clips in there with this like incredible metal clip that is very hard to defeat if you're trying to take him out. And it could scratch the side of the figure, so I'm not. But I mean, he's got like punching robot arms, and these were always floppy. As I did the research,
even brand new, huh?
Yes, the arms were always floppy. I guess this is a mouth. You see the little mouth and the eyes? I don't know.
I like it.
I don't know. But I was happy to get it. This thing's heavy. Like I could totally kill a burglar with this thing if he broke into my house.
It looks pretty pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Built pretty
I-
strong.
Yeah, the stickers were in really, really good shape. So I mean, nothing was peeling off. I got 99.9% of the yellowing out of the figure, and I was really happy to get this. I ended up paying $30 for it.
That's a good price. That's a really good price.
Yeah, I think he had 50 on there, and I said, well, I'm not so sure, it's yellowed and he's a little bit loose. And he said, well, make me an offer. So I totally dugged it.
You used a play from my playbook, huh?
I did. Yeah, I was like, okay, WWDD, what would Doug do? Insultingly lowball offer and hope it gets accepted. And it was. So my thanks. You saved me a little bit on that figure, and I'm learning from the master. Because
you never know until you ask, right? So even if they say no, at least you took your shot.
So what I would say is shame, the bad feeling of shame compares nothing to getting an armed force for like 35 or $40 or complete that you spent on that wheeled warrior.
Yeah,
I'm learning that
it does.
It's just shame. I've got plenty of that. I'm married, so I
I've
know
got
what that
plenty
is.
of that. Oh, hey, for $30, I'll take the shame along with it. It's a good deal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just missing the guy's little accessories, but pretty wild trying to find that on eBay. Even finding one like that I got is pretty crazy. So
Right
really,
on.
really cool to put that on my it came from the 80s shelf.
What you got for your second one?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's go back to target rich environment, old people, and Skagit Valley to Whatcom County.
Oh, wonderful.
Downtown Mount Vernon is terrific. It's got all kinds of really great eateries, and it's full of these little antique stores. And most of the time they know what they've got, or they think very highly, more so than what it's worth, what they've got. But so I happened into this little thrift store or an antique store with Nicole, and it's the usual, like, oh God, tins, dolls, plates,
Cups, silverware.
yeah, that thing. And then I spotted something that was just kind of like sitting off to the side. And what I spotted,
That's right.
this.
This
This is the 1983 Kenner kit from Knight Rider. It comes with Michael Knight, and you can kind of see him in the driver's seat there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can take him out if you can't see him.
Nope, I see him. There are a couple of things that you have that just like, damn it, Steve.
Yeah,
how did you get so lucky?
This is not wholly how it came, right? But so commonly the parts that are missing on the bottom here, it's really hard to spot them, but there's some pieces like this channel thing comes off and the battery pack cover is missing. Also typically missing is this spoiler on the back there.
Okay.
Because the spoiler just detaches. Now, I bought this for $35, not working. $35, not working.
$35 not working is a steal.
It's a terrific deal. But there's a part two. But anyways, $35 not working. Now, I opened this up, and the only thing that kept it from working is there is two little nodes that go into the battery pack underneath here. And they were just press fit.
Oh.
And one happened to not be on anymore. So all I had to do was tighten the connection, put it back together.
Mm.
You
Does the light work?
No.
The light doesn't work, but Kit talks.
The light never worked. It never worked. It was just a piece of red plastic. But
are you sure? I thought I remember mine working.
100% sure. I did a lot of research on it.
I could have swore it worked.
Not on this one. There are no wired connections or anything that come off of the sensor. It's just a translucent piece of red plastic.
All right.
Yeah, it's Uncanny Valley or whatever they call that, or there probably was some version that later came that did work. But this came out in 1983, and I want to say this toy was like $40 in 1983 when it came out.
I remember getting it
It's
for
in-
Christmas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude! Good for you. Because I mean that was like $100 in today's money back then.
Yep.
So part two of the story is I was so excited that I got the thing working again. It's like a little phonograph in there. It's not even digital.
Really?
I got it working and I spent $35 on this thing. And I'm thinking, man, it's missing the spoiler. I got to have it. So I went on eBay and I actually got one for relatively cheap with the spoiler not working. Took the spoiler off, put it on mine. Well, do you want to know why it was not working?
The diode. It was
Opened it up.
Yeah.
The little thing had come loose, the press fit. So it's working. And I'm gonna resell it for more than I spent on it to get my spoiler. And also, just so you guys know, I'm not a scalper, I'm not a reseller. What I'm selling this thing for with another Michael Knight figure is probably like $70 under what they could potentially and what they are currently going for in the shape it's in. So go to eBay and buy it now for $99, and you'll see the benevolence of Steve the collector being
That's a
good to
good
other
price,
collectors.
dude. That's still a good price. So yeah.
It's a smoking deal. So I was so ecstatic to have that thing and to clean it up and to, in taking it apart to fix the voice box, it actually gave me the opportunity to clean all the dust and everything out. So aside from a little bit of like wear that's on there, that thing is just gorgeous. I can scratch one off of the things I wanted to put on the shelf.
That's super cool find. Super cool. All right. Well, for mine, so I got a couple of things this last little bit. I don't know. I got them from a little store. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called eBay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find good deals on there. Sometimes you don't. But I actually had been seeing these for a little while, and I was like, you know what? For that price, I think I'm going to take a chance. And so I did. $28, and I got a NECA Christopher.
Oh, there you are. Yep.
So I'm looking at it and I'm going, is this a NECA? Is it the one that fell off the back of the truck? Is it whatever? And actually, it's a good condition figure. Aside from like one or two like loose bits of articulation, I actually really do enjoy this Superman. He's got the cloth cape. It's not stuck in a weird position. It's very, 1979 Superman, Christopher Reeve-esque. The face sculpt is a little wonky, but if you look at it from the side, that looks like Christopher Reeve.
I was gonna say, man, with this figure, I've had the hardest time photographing it because I have one too. These aren't knockoffs, but I think that they're NECA that for paint apps or something may have been rejected or seconds or whatever. So I repainted the eyebrows on mine, and you get this thing at angles, and it is uncanny.
From the side angle, that's a Christopher Reeve face sculpt.
Yeah,
like
but
easily.
He doesn't capture very well on camera. Like, I don't know if it's lighting or what. I'm not a photographer, but that is an amazingly good figure. I love that thing to death. I got one sitting on my shelf back there.
He's slightly smaller than the McFarlane Batman.
Yeah.
But not much smaller. So that way, if you have them on the shelf next to each other, they look relatively close in size. So he's good enough to display for me next to the Keaton Batman. So that's really all I wanted him for.
Yeah, until McFarlane tackles, if they could get the rights to do a Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be about the best Christopher Reeve Superman you're going to
find. I agree. I mean, I know Hot Toys they released a recent one that's like super articulated with the cloth suit and the really, really like, digitally enhanced sculpted face for Christopher Reeve. But I mean, you got to pay $350 for that.
Yeah, and they're out of scale. They don't sit well on a shelf with other like 6 or 7 inch figures.
So for what it was, for a $28 buy that I was worried that I wasn't even going to get it. He came in and I was actually super happy with it. So
Yep.
that was a really good find. I found a new Skywarp.
Oh, great. Where'd this one come from?
This one came from eBay. The guy who was selling it was like, I just wanted the arm cannons. I didn't need anything else from him. So
Is
I
this
got
a reissue Skywarp?
yeah, this is the reissue Skywarp.
Ah,
So
yeah, I see. Okay.
so for right now, I got some side cannons from the Stunticons that I'm
Uh-huh.
like, they were purple, they were pretty cool. Until I find some side cannons for him somewhere else. But for right now, he looks just really good next to Thundercracker and Starscream on my shelf. So he fits the bill for that G1 Seeker itch, right?
Yeah, and this is the movie reissue, right?
Right.
The one where they've painted the face.
Yep.
I'm on the fence with those, but I actually really liked. Was it Thundercracker that you unboxed when I was
Yep.
there? Yeah, I do like it.
They both have
You
the
know, like
same painted face, so they have that light gray face with the red eyes, which I really like because the
yeah,
originals had a sticker for the eyes that sometimes stayed on and sometimes didn't. So
and they'd be all like wonky, like off to
exactly,
one
yeah,
side.
they'd be off centered or one would be up and one would be down, and it was. I like the painted much better. So I wish they would have given us some sticker options. But the sticker repros that you can get from Label, what is it?
Repro labels
Yeah, repro labels from
or
Label
toy
Hacks or whatever it's
hacks.
called. Aren't terribly expensive. So if I wanted to, I can put some stickers on him and some stickers on Thundercracker and call it good.
Okay. Yeah, what else you got there, dude?
Well, I got to found another one.
Oh yeah.
So this one was surprising. Out of the package, he's actually a really good figure. He's a very sturdy figure. The cool thing about this one is he comes with over here 3 extra faces.
Yeah, I see that.
Right? So he's got like the weird Keldor one. I think I can get that out of the light. He's got I can't remember what this one's from, but then he's also got like the skeleton
Yeah.
face. So you take off his helmet, right? And you can pop off the other faces and put them on and then put his helmet back on. And so you have a whole different Manny faces. But for New Eternia, MOTU for the Masterverse, again, a great toy line. I love it. Absolutely love it. They don't like G.I. Joe Classified. It's like every figure that they're releasing is just a masterpiece.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. But the last thing I found, okay, so we that little store that we'd like to talk about every once in a while, we scored really big at last time, Skies Finds in Richland. It's one of those stores where I like to go in. I know the people well. They know me now really, really well.
Really good.
And you never know what you're going to find. Sometimes it's going to be something small. Sometimes it might not be anything. But then other times you're going to find a treasure that's like, holy cap, did I just find that for $10? And yeah, I did. So I found Mumbo Jumbo
Yeah, yeah.
for
Look, oh
10
wow.
bucks at Skies Find. Like pristine.
Complete, unbroken.
Yeah, his horns are perfect. The only thing that I found is the little bit like the front teeth, like a slight paint rub on his front teeth.
Oh, for a
Yeah.
Silverhawk that's never seen reissue that was on the shelves for 6-7 months. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so he's
all day long.
He's
man.
my
That
treasure.
was
He's my
terrific.
gem that I found this last week that I was like super ecstatic to get.
Yeah. Yeah. Skies Finds. Tri-Cities people or anybody traveling through the Tri-Cities, get over there. Awesome people to deal with, and it's a great treasure hunt, and we never walk away empty-handed.
Yeah. The people there are really nice. They have everything. It's your regular kind of thrift store. They do have things like, teacups and spoons and things like that. But then they also have old army surplus stuff. They have farming equipment. They have encyclopedias. They have clothes. They have a clothes rack. They have an entire toy section. They've got, you name it. I mean, like they've probably got what you're looking for. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I got a really cute, quick story about Skies Finds. I know we're running out of time. I get this picture a week or so ago from my buddy Sean in the Tri-Cities. And he's like, oh man, how long's it been since you've seen one of these? And it was a Terrordrome. And it was, yes, it was the Terrordrome. that I found at the Mount Vernon yard sale that I was going to restore, that I didn't, that I gave to you, that you took into Skies Finds and traded in for credit there. So I said, well, you'd probably be surprised. I've seen that a lot. That was mine at one point. And then it was Doug's, and now it's Skies Finds. So
oh man, that thing is finding its way around.
Funny little piece of happenstance, but
that's
just
funny.
too big to keep. Too
It was, and that was the. I mean, it's not that I didn't like it or that I even didn't want it. It was just one of those pieces that is just too big,
Yeah.
and the pieces to put it together, it takes a bit of capital to
You know,
that.
I mean, it just the base was not in good enough shape. Like it was faded and had some coloration.
But even that was a deterrent for me. I mean, the big deterrent was trying to find the panels intact, the towers intact.
Yeah, those two gun stations alone to get it looking really cool.
Yeah,
and the plastic parapets, you're like $200-300 to get that at least.
Yeah.
So it just, you know, to sit up and take that much space. That's why I passed it on to you. But I thought you'd think that was kind of a cute story.
That
he
is
showed
funny.
me
That's
the thing
absolutely
that I
hilarious.
bought. Yeah.
He's all jazzed about something that was yours like two trades ago.
But you know what? You don't see them. You
No,
don't
it's
see
true.
them unless you go to a toy store. You don't see them.
Yep.
Or I mean a toy show or a vintage toy store. Then you
Yep.
see them and they're $1,000. So
yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious. I hope he sells it for a good price. So
we'll see.
Yep. All right, that was our sharing time. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a like or subscribe. Give us a comment if we said something you liked or you didn't like. And follow us on Facebook. Steve is at Plastic Adventures Toy Community, and follow me on Instagram. I am the Toyman80s, and we'll see you in the toy aisle.